Ah, traveler, you return once more to the fire. The embers glow like the last remnants of a dragon's breath, warm but fading, much like the covenant between humankind and the great worms of old. You have heard of the call, of the pact forged in trust, and of the sacred power hidden in the heart of fire. But what is given can also be broken. Tonight I will tell you of betrayal, of shattered vows, and of the darkness that followed. Listen well, for this is a tale not easily forgotten. For centuries, the covenant between dragons and humans held strong. It was a fragile yet powerful bond, sealed in honor and bound by magic. The dragons, wise and ancient, gifted knowledge and protection to the world of men, and in return, humans swore to uphold the balance, to keep greed from corrupting the sacred trust. But as always, power tempts the weak, and temptation knows no bounds when hearts are consumed by ambition. Among the guardians of the covenant, there was one who sought more. His name was Valor, once a noble steward of the Pact, but his heart grew heavy with desire. He saw the dragons not as allies, but as hoarders of untold power. Their breath could summon storms, their scales defied blades, and their blood pulsed with ancient magic. Why should humankind remain bound to mere alliances when they could wield such strength for themselves? Valor's whispers spread like wildfire among those who harbored doubt. He spoke of a future where humans no longer needed to rely on the dragons, where their power was no longer shared, but seized. And so, the first seeds of betrayal were sown. He led a faction of men, warriors, sorcerers, and kings alike, who craved dominion over the creatures they had once honored. With deceit and poison, they plotted, waiting for the moment to strike. Then, on the eve of the red moon, when the sky bled with omen and warning, the treachery unfolded. The dragons had come to the sacred meeting place, expecting counsel, expecting unity. Instead, they were met with steel, with fire stolen from their own breath, with sorcery that tore through their wings. The betrayal was swift, merciless. The greatest among them, Seraphis the Stormborn, fell first, her mighty form crashing into the valley below, her roar shaking the heavens before it was silenced forever. The dragons fought, but they had trusted too deeply. Their strength was great, but their hearts had been open. They had been deceived by those they had called kin. Some managed to escape, their wings darkening the skies as they fled, carrying their wounded, their dying. Others were not so fortunate. Their bodies, once beacons of wisdom and guardianship, became trophies. Their scales melted into armor, their blood drained for its magic, their hearts carved from their chests. The covenant was broken. In the days that followed, the land itself seemed to mourn. The skies grew heavy with storm and shadow. The rivers, once clear, ran dark with sorrow. And the people, oh, they rejoiced. They saw themselves as victors, as masters of their fate. They had chained what they once revered, wielding dragon fire as if it had been their right all along. But power taken through treachery is cursed, and the echoes of their crime would not fade so easily. The dragons that remained went into hiding. Deep within the mountains, beneath the earth, across the seas where no human foot could tread, they slumbered. Their fire dimmed, their songs quieted, but they did not forget. No, they remembered every betrayal, every wound, every promise shattered like glass beneath boot and blade. They were patient, for time bends to their will, and they knew that the balance, once disturbed, must one day be restored. A darkness crept over the kingdoms of men. Crops withered, the skies turned cold, and the very magic they had stolen began to corrupt them. It twisted the hearts of their kings, poisoned the veins of their sorcerers, and left them empty, hollow. The great cities, built from dragonfire, soon crumbled, their towers scorched by the very magic they had stolen. The dragon's covenant had not only protected the worms, it had protected mankind as well. And now, without it, the world began to wither. So, traveler, what lesson does this tale leave us? That betrayal reaps only ruin? That power taken by force will never be truly wielded? Or perhaps that even in the face of treachery, the dragons endure. Somewhere beyond the horizon, in the deepest caverns and forgotten places, they wait. Their breath still smolders, their wings still ache for the skies, and one day, when the balance must be set right, they will rise again. You feel it, don't you? The weight of this tale, the warning woven into its bones. Stay by the fire a while longer, listen to the wind. Perhaps, if you listen closely, you may yet hear the distant breath of a dragon who still remembers.